You don't know me. I have to make this quick. There might be monitoring. I did my 2 weeks of software consult at Murkoff's Psychiatric Systems facilities in the Mountain Massive. All sorts of NDAs. I am very much breaking right now, but seriously, screw those guys. Terrible things happening here. There. Don't understand it. Don't believe half the things I saw. Doctors talk about dream therapy going too deep. Finding something that had been waiting for them in the mountain. People are being hurt and Murkoff is making money. This needs to be exposed. Huh. That's the first thing I've read, so... Huh. Murkoff Psychiatric Systems there. Project Walrider. Therapy status. Patient claims to have progressed to self-directive lucid dream states. Morphogenic engine activity observed at unprecedented scale. Continued stage 4 hormone schedule. Diagnosis. Spirometry revealed no bronchial accumulation. Hematocrit centrifuge again failed to separate. What? Highly worrisome. MRI revealed arrhythmic REM and NREM cycle. Laughter in NREM state. Interview notes. Billy asked about the status of his mother's lawsuit against Murkoff in the asylum. This represents a catastrophic breach in security, despite Billy's claims that he discovered the truth in the blood of dreams of Dr. Traeger. No, the only Traeger on company records, one Richard Traeger, is an executive from MRD. All orderlies and security personnel must be questioned, and video security improved to include analytic biometrics. So that's the doctor who died at the start. Okay, so this is about someone else. Therapy status. Morphogenic engine activity plateaued at roughly 2000 ppm. Unsafe to progress beyond stage 3 hormone schedule. Oh, so the other guy was better than this guy. Spirometry revealed light to medium bronchial accumulation. MRI scans consistent with patients' reported dreams. So yeah, this accumulation in the bronchial thing, I'm guessing that's to do with the brain tumours they were talking about. Walker was interviewed with restraints following his self-inflicted mutilations. Restraint have been altered to accommodate his enormous size. Oh, is that the guy who's been chasing me? Extensive dermal eruptions as consistent with failed morphogenic engine cellular activity. He claims the skin ripped off from his forehead allows for a truest way of seeing. Seems to have some boyhood experience with tutor lizards and their parietal eyes. I'm saying all these words wrong probably. He has expressed anxiety about his flesh, specifically around his lips and nose. Attending orderlies should be advised to watch for further self-mutilation. The mental traumas he sustained while serving in Afghanistan seem to be retarding progression of the ME process. His predominant fixation amplified by therapy, his manic exaggeration of military security protocol, a continuation of both chemical and physical restraints is highly recommended. Oh my gosh. Who's that? Chris Walker? Could that be the guy who's chasing me? From Helen Grant, subject to Project Walrider on site inspection. Dear Sirs, the full report pending. No immediate action is required on part of the Murkoff Corp. The profit potential of what Project Walrider remains staggeringly high. The 4 facilities contain enough ambiguous data to make any litigation, if evidence is correctly managed, impossible. Project Walrider remains a dangerous initiative, and there will be almost certainly be further casualties. As with the others, however, family and government interest in the patient is so low as to make any chance of legal action vanishingly unlikely. Violence among patients is increasing as morphogenic engine therapy gets closer to producing working models, but a combination of physical and chemical restraints has proven sufficiently effective to assure continued control and profit. Huh. Warrant for seizure. What's this? We are satisfied that the affidavits and testimony establish sufficient evidence to require urgent action on the part of MHS and grounds for the issuance of this warrant. You are hereby required to grant MHS full access to all facilities and surrender complete authority to its agents. By acceptance of this document, you and any surviving relatives surrender all claims of litigation against the Murkoff Corp or its subsidiaries for the actions of MHS or the circumstances which require their actions regardless of responsibilities. I have no idea what that means, but I'm guessing it's going to make sense. Murkoff file hyper experiment research. On Wednesday 10th February 1954, hypnotic experimentation and research work was continued in Building 13 of Mount Massive Preserve in Colorado using the following subjects. Material bridge. A posthipnotic of the night before, pointed finger, you will sleep, was enacted. Mrs. Jackson and Pierce immediately progressed to a deep hypnotic state with no further suggestion. Miss Pierce was then instructed, having previously expressed a fear of firearms in any fashion, that she would use every method in her disposal to awaken Miss Jackson, now in a deep hypnotic sleep, and failing this, she would pick up a nearby pistol and fire it at Miss Jackson. She was instructed that her rage would be so great that she would not hesitate to kill Jackson for failing to awaken. Miss Pierce carried out these suggestions to the letter, including firing the unloaded pneumatic pistol gun at Jackson, and then proceeding to fall into deep sleep. After proper suggestions were made, both were awakened and expressed complete amnesia for the entire sequence. Miss Pierce was again handed the gun, which she refused, in an awakened state, to pick up or accept from the operator. She expressed absolute denial that the foregoing sequence had happened. What? Hypnotic homicide. Father Martin. Okay. Patient art program. Patient father. He was a patient here? Helen. Dr. Ziegner gave me your info to contact regarding the cancellation of the arts program. My patient, Martin Arkenbord, has made enormous strides in his therapy on account of his finger painting. Just in the weeks since cancelling the arts program, his schizoaffective assertions of some higher calling have accelerated enormously. Please, just let the man finger paint. A few dollars you're saving on temper painting is more than swallowed by the cost of clozapine. I can't imagine what logic play here. Unless Murkoff wants our patients to become more disengaged from reality, please advise. So Father Martin was a patient here. This is getting interesting. Proper purge gate maintenance is crucial to Project Walrider security. Please refer to Murkoff Maintenance Manual or seek guidance from a supervisor with the proper security clearance. State of Colorado. What's this? Please find attached for Colorado. Mount Massive Preserve. For Rudolf Gustav Wernick. Length of residence in city or town where death occurred. 0 years 7 months. How long in US in foreign birth? 55 years. Sex male. Blah, blah, blah. I hereby certify that I attended deceased from 4th of June 2003 to February 2009. That I saw him alive on February 27th, 2009. That death occurred on the date stated above at 4:11 AM. The principal cause of death and related causes of importance here as follows. Heart failure due to advanced age. This is to certify that this is true and correct copy of official reports. So someone came back to life. Dr. Wernick, that's the doctor who was reported dead. Is that a website? Can we go on that? I'm gonna have to try that in a bit. Rudolf G. Wernick, Dr. at age 90, passed away doing the work he loved on February 28th, 2009. He was born in 1918 in Munich, Germany, and achieved fame in the mathematical and scientific communities for a paper written with early computing pioneer Alan Turing. After a cloudy history with the German war effort, he emigrated to the United States in 1949 with a visa from the State Department. Several decades of government research in Los Alamos led to New Mexico, where Dr. Wernick retired to pursue landscape photography and care for his cats. He came to Colorado shortly after the turn of the millennium to pursue charitable work for the Murkoff Corporation. A statement from the company calls Dr. Wernick a true humanitarian with a generous spirit. He leaves no survivors. What? Mr. Walsh, please accept the immediate resignation of Orderly 531920, David Anapura, and process him as a patient of Mount Massive to treat his perpetual delusions. Treatment should continue, but until the time of his death. Thanks, buddy. Rick Traeger. What? Oh, so it's an orderly, so it's a staff member they turn into a patient by the order of that doctor. If you're seeing this, say something. There's no shame in psycho... Oh, that's not right before. Our own cavalry. I don't even know your name, but I've come to think of you as one of my blood. My Paul. I hope you don't mind... Oh, that's the one that the father left me. War Rider Nightmares. No, this is support... Blah, blah. The War Rider is known as an Alp, Mara, or Skrat. It's a demonic creature of the German origin that torments sleepers. Oh, that's what it is. They crouch on the sleeper's chest and crush the breath from him. That's sleep paralysis. The sleeper wakes terrified, paralyzed and asphyxiating. The name Mara gives us the word nightmare. Sexual assaults by the demons are rare, but it is known to drink milk from the breasts of sleeping women and blood from the nipples of sleeping... Ugh. Yeah, that's a real legend, I think. Like, sleep paralysis, that's a real thing. Nazi War Crime Disclosure Act. The first paperclip provided a means of obtaining services of foreign specialists for specific assignments within the technical service of the Department of Army, Navy and Air Force. Project 63 is primarily a denial program, with utilization as a desirable feature. The aim of this program is to secure employment in the United States of certain pre-eminent German and Austrian specialists, thus denying the service to potential enemies. Excerpt from a diary of Shirley blah 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 blah. How can I not remember where the cuts are coming from? They hurt so deeply, even days later. Dr. Newhouse tells me that it's my fault. I'm subconsciously resisting the hypnotherapy, but I want so much to get better. I don't know how I could be doing this myself. Dr. Newhouse says it's another condition of my bedroom-inspired hysteria. Poor Bruce. I make him suffer so. I've tried subtly to ask Mrs. Jackson if she had similar issues with her husband, but she's loath to talk about it. Her husband, too, has found comfort in a younger woman. I know the doctors only mean well, and with the help of the government men who've joined the staff, I am in the very best hands possible. I should just take my pills and sleep, and hope for pleasant dreams tonight. What was that one? Spirit Breach. I have pressing news concerning the ongoing work of Dr. Rudolf Wernick in his development of the morphogenic engine, expanding on theories developed in his brief but unfortunate relationship with A. Turing. If I had not witnessed it myself, I would not believed it happened, but beyond even the promise of cellular regeneration and guided cancer generation, I believe Wernick's methods has breached the spiritual realm. Something crossed from the other side. I personally witnessed the appearance of an apparition briefly, but undeniably so. Please forward my notes and invitation to witness further experiments to Dietrich Eckart. I do not doubt that the Führer himself... Oh, this is about Hitler. The Führer himself may need to be aware of our discoveries. It is my opinion that Dr. Wernick's successes represent an enormous opportunity for our cause and the German people, and are obviously sufficient reasons to keep him out of any sort of culling program. Regards to your family, signature legend. I am an unworthy supplicant who can only serve our Lord by feeding our Lord. Please take me, Wall Rider. Let my shepherd's apostle see it, and spread it with your lies for the greater truth. Your time upon the world has come. My flesh longs for your beautiful wraith. My blood is filled with you, and waiting to be set free. This is my prayer. Write your gospel in my flesh. Yeah, that was found in those bedrooms. That's interesting. I don't want to play the game anymore.